All right, and so I want to welcome everyone here to this case study slash interview with one of my students, one of my clients who I work with. Now I'm actually, I have the privilege, the honor, and the blessing to call him a friend, and it's just so awesome to just, be able to call him a friend. And he's doing some really awesome things in his business. When I met him, he was doing some really great things, and after we started, after he saw what I had to offer, he got started working with me. Things really picked up for him as far as the pace of his business. And so I'm overall just excited to be here with you, ladies and gentlemen. And I do want to introduce myself. I am Michael Baptiste, if you don't know. But more importantly, I want to introduce to you Mr. Troy Paull.
All right. Thanks, man. So first of all, I just want to say thanks for having me on. It's a huge privilege. Obviously, we've done some pretty good things in the past, and I'm looking forward to where my business is headed now. And dude, we'll get into that, but I just want to, I'm super pumped to be here because the value that you offer is, bar none the best that I've had online. Wow. I'm just going to say that straight up.
Wow. Hey man, that is so awesome, bro. I'm really happy that I can make an impact, because you're someone who caught my attention a while ago, man. And because you also, you focus on delivering value, and that's what business should be about all around. So rather than, going off and giving you a bunch of compliments, what I want to do, I know our listeners are out there saying, okay, what is this all about? How's this case study going to help me? Well, obviously I know how to help people get more clients in their business on, with different business models. But what I want to do, Troy, is I want to ask you, you've had some success and you've experienced some failures in your business. So can you please, just before you get into the meat of the content, can you please tell us a little bit more about you and what you do and how long you've been in business for?
Yeah, cool. So I got started back in 2013, actually end of 2012. And I really, like anybody else, I struggled, the struggle was just, daily. It was a battle, to say the least. And I got into the network marketing space, and that really didn't feel right to me. It just didn't really fit with what I was doing. And then I got into the sales, the funnel creation side of things and the product creation stuff. And after that, I really wanted to get into, obviously high ticket sales and my own coaching platform as well. And dude, that's when it all sort of changed for me. Is I had to really go through that battle in the beginning to get to where I felt that I needed to be and really just be unique and offer a unique service to people that, not everybody online does. And, you do the same thing. You offer massive value to people, and it is getting more and more rare every day to get somebody that actually delivers on their promise. So that's pretty much my, my story. I really didn't start having any decent success until end of 2014, I would say, and early 2015. And it's just onwards and upwards from here.
Man, that's so awesome, man. That's so awesome. And so can you tell us a little bit more about what you did to land your first big ticket client?
Sure. So basically, I really lacked the skills and the confidence. The confidence was probably the biggest thing. I didn't really have a strategy in place to be able to close a big client, nor did I have the mindset to, take on a task like that. And I could see people closing big deals left and right, like just average people. And I had no idea where to go. I was just lost. But then, when they say when you're ready, the teacher appears, right? And that was you for me. And it was crazy because I had that limiting belief that, I couldn't close any sales. I didn't have any sales experience. I couldn't talk on the phone. I couldn't do any of that stuff and do it well. But, it's just the little things, and somebody like yourself to really give me the tools and the strategy that I needed to do it. So when I did that, obviously, and I closed my first $5,000 sale, which, in the first 2 weeks of us working together, it was, my mindset and just the way I was thinking just exploded. It was just crazy, and it's just gone on and on from there. I've been able to attract like other clients, obviously high-paying clients, make connections, high-level business connections that I never even thought was possible.
That's awesome, dude.
My actual business, because let me go into that for a sec, because I'm a solo ad seller as well as another facet of my business. And obviously that entails attracting new clients and new customers. And that's something that I really struggled with in that part of my business as well, was that I was not confident enough to go out and, reach out to these big leaders and teams and stuff that were doing really well, and that had the money to pay me like I deserved to be paid. And then finally, when I got it all together, it just everything, like not just that one piece of my business, but everything changed. As soon as my mind grew, so did my income. So, dude, I don't even know like where else you want me to take that, because it just speaks for itself.
Yeah, man, that is huge, man. Just being able to open up a new facet of your business, it completely changes everything.
Yeah, definitely. It still is to this day. I think about it just about every day, because I talk to a lot of other internet marketers and a lot of other people online, a lot of other business owners, local business owners, and it really just changes when you can get down the strategy and the tools that you need to, be able to apply it. It really does just change your business and your life.
Completely, man. So I know our listeners are out there, and they're excited. They hear you did close your first sale for $5,000 in less than 2 weeks. But let's get into some of the details. Like, can you walk us through the process that you took, from once you got the information and the strategy, that was provided for you, and then what was it in order to get to the end result, which was the sale? So walk us through that process of the first 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. So obviously, in my solo ad business, I have clients that repeat customers. They come back and they know how much money they're handing over to me every week. And so I knew that in that pool of people that there would be someone that was interested in, how can they run a solo ad business. So once I narrowed down who that person was, it was just a matter of really just reaching out and just, kind of just dangling the bait to see what she would. This was a she, by the way, and she's badass. Like she does some pretty cool stuff online.
Nice.
And she did take the bait, and she could see the value behind it. And when I got into the sales part of it, it was the way that you teach it was a super easy close. It was a lot easier to close that sale than I had ever imagined in my life. Literally, like it was just simple, like because I had the right things to say. I had everything, I was able to close objections and just overcome anything that would come up. But to be honest with you, man, it was kind of like, it was even a shock to me that it happened. And when I went into the close and she said yes, I was like, I was dancing around the house, and my wife was like, "What are you doing?" My wife was just getting, crazy with me, like, "What are you doing?"
That's funny.
Like, but it's this. When I look at it now, it was just the skill that I didn't have, and I needed to get it from someone, and I needed to get it from someone legit that was genuine about, giving me the information, and that was you. And I think there's a lot of other people that I meet online as well that they have online businesses, but they struggle, and since I learned, the stuff that I learned from you, I apply it when I teach my students the same thing. I teach them how to go and get clients and do the same thing and make those connections that can just blow up your business.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Just hearing that, man, shows that you really care about the people that you serve, and you really care about making an impact. And that, that's going to take you a long way, bro. It's going to take you a long way. I know that we're, kind of close in age, but you're definitely going to go far with that type of attitude, man. 'Cause that's what it all boils down to. And so, you said that your client, you threw the bait out there, the client took it, you had the tools to close the sale. What did it feel like at that point where, you used the tools, you didn't really know if this was going to work, you kind of just took a leap of faith, but you still took action anyway. What did it feel like to finally taste that small bit of success?
Like nothing else I've ever. It's like that point everybody thinks about but rarely ever get to, especially in the online space. That point where you think, I've made it. Like, and $5,000. It wasn't that it was a lot of money. It was just that it all came in at once, and it was that one single sale. And I realized, this thing is way bigger than we think it is. It's way, we can all achieve way more than we think we can. And for me, it was just like an epiphany of, damn, I can do this thing. Like, it's not rocket science. It just comes down to applying a few simple skills and really just practicing and not being afraid. You have to be okay to fail. And like you said, I just jumped out there and took action straight away. And that really it just the momentum just kept going. The snowball just got bigger and bigger, and now like I get on calls with people, and it's like nothing to me to ask somebody for a sale, because I know the value that I can provide, and I know that the service I provide on the back end can really change their lives. And it's the same with everyone out there has something of value that they can offer, and I think that's where it comes down to nailing down what that is, and then obviously having the skills to get it out to the right people.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's what it's all about, is the value. I know before this call, you showed me on your whiteboard that you're putting together a new funnel for a new project you got going on, and some of your other business ventures you're getting ready to scale up into, and it's all about the value, man. It's all about the value. We even talked about how people are coming out with products that they skip the value looking for the money. And there's a phrase that I heard and that I follow religiously. A lot of people are skipping over dollars to pick up pennies, or skipping over dimes, skipping over dollars to pick up nickels. And that's what happens, man, when you don't focus on the value. You give the value, oh man, the money just flows in like in avalanches of abundance. You just have to focus on the value first. And so how would you describe the feeling, knowing that you just added another component to your business where anytime you want to turn it on, you can create a $5,000 sale on the spot? Like, how does that feel for you?
It's just a game changer. I mean, there's nothing else like closing a high ticket sale like that. And if you want, I mean, you could take the week off, right? You take the week off, take the month off. You're happy with 5K, 10K, whatever it is, whatever the number is. You find that it's more leverage than trying to just push a bunch of small sales. And it's a lot easier to sell a high ticket item to the right person than it is to try and sell a low ticket item to everyone. And that's something I really nailed that down now, and I really understand how and why that is.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. It's way easier. It's way easier. I remember when the shift happened for me, and I'll just tell you briefly my story. I'm not sure if you knew this, but when I first got started online, I made like $20 my first day. I was so excited, and then I kept going, diving into different information, and then I bought a program for $4,000. It cost me $4,000 for this program, man. And the value was there. Don't get me wrong, but the same value I got from this $4,000 program, I got just as much value from a $50 ebook. But not only that, I also made more money from the $50 ebook than I made from the $4,000 program. And for me, what that showed me was that, if you can really deliver value, help people get results, you can create your own high ticket offers, but it has to be centered around results. And so from that point, I randomly attracted an automobile dealership client to me through a mentor I had at the time, and I made my first sale. It was a $50,000 sale. It was like I sold an Infinity truck, and I sold it all online. Like I didn't show up in person. I sold it online, and that's when it kind of clicked for me. Like, hold on, here I am trying to sell these, $2, $5 affiliate offers and CPA offers. But I just made a $50,000 sale. Now I can kind of coast for a little bit. I can relax it and buy more ramen noodles and beer, as a college kid, And for me, that's when it clicked. And ever since then, man, it's just been, how can I put out more value into the world and help more people? And now, you're doing the same thing. You're putting out more value, and it's been a paradigm shift for you in your business. And man, I think that's awesome, man. I think there's no better feeling.
I definitely think that nowadays it is getting less and less that people offer the value that they know they can offer, right? I mean, people are too afraid to give their best offer or their best deal or their best content for free, or just to get the right people in, versus selling a little smidgen of what they know they can deliver, and then nothing comes of that. Nothing comes on the back end because there was no real value in the first place. And I think that's one, paradigm shift for me, was when I realized that, hey, first of all, I can make the high ticket sales. I'm not afraid to do that now. And then, I know a bunch of stuff that I can offer people and really help change lives. And I think that, coupled with the ability to sell high ticket, is where you put those two together, and you've got a solid business. You've got a rock solid business that is long term and not just, quick money.
Absolutely. And that's the whole purpose of, putting, mixing in high ticket with the low ticket business model. And it's like you said, bro, it's a complete business. So to piggyback off what you just said, man, I know that you've made some changes in your lifestyle. I know that you had a job before and you were living in somewhere else now, somewhere else before. Tell us now that business has improved, things have gotten better for you. What have you been able to do, with your life in general?
So the biggest thing I wanted to really get out of was my job. So, and for most people, it's the same deal. They hate their boss, and it's not just, I didn't just have any job. I was a diesel mechanic. I made good money, but I was working on garbage trucks. I mean, it's not something that you want to live your life doing. And some people do, but that's just not me. I really wanted to get out of that. My boss was, not the best boss I've ever had. And
I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't think any boss is a good boss.
That's true. The only good boss is when you're your own boss. That's it.
Yeah, true.
So from that, I quit my job, and we actually just moved into our new house, which is, another big step in the right direction. And dude, things just keep happening in the right direction, not just like lifestyle, but like business, relationships, everything. Just, when you get in the right headspace and you've got a system that you can use that works, it really, it just changes your life. And not just, it's not all just about business. It's also about, family and lifestyle and stuff as well. So when you can piece it all together, for me, that was the biggest, the most, the most satisfying part of, knowing what I know now and applying it is just to know that I can wake up tomorrow. I don't have anybody telling me what to do, and I can just hustle. I can just hustle for myself and not for somebody else.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's you're living a dream, man. You're living a dream that excuse me, that some people listening to this call right now, they want to quit their job, they want to move into a new place, and you've been able to do that. Now, you have a lot of working pieces and working parts to your business, right? What does your business look like now? Like, are you more stressed out now? Putting in more time now? Is your business, do you have more confidence now? Like, how do you feel now about your business compared to before?
I definitely have more time leverage now because I have systems in place. I know exactly the structure that I need to follow. And when it comes to like the back end stuff with like closing high ticket, I have the tools in place and the structure in place to do that side of it as well. So pretty much now it comes down to, what strategy do I want to use this week? Or what do I want to try? What do I want to put out in the marketplace to see if I can, get my dream client or whatever it is. I can just try. I have the ability to try stuff now, not only because I have, the income to do it, but I have the time now because I don't have a job. I spend more time tweaking stuff and really working on my sales funnels and just connecting, networking with people, like just talking to you every couple of weeks or whatever, just chatting to random people. I have more time in general. And when my wife comes home from work, I close my computer down and that's it. I'm done for the day. Maybe I check my email before I go to bed or whatever, but that's it. Beforehand when I had a job, I would get home at 5 or 6 o'clock and then I would be working until 2 or 3 in the morning because I didn't, that was my only time span that I had. And then I would get frustrated. She would want to go somewhere on a weekend and I'd be pissed because I'd want to stay and do my work on my computer. And it was so stressful, a job plus trying to do this stuff. And now it's just like, I honestly think I take it a little bit for granted, which I probably shouldn't do.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, the key is, things are going well for you, man. Just stay hungry. Don't get comfortable. Nothing's ever certain, even if your numbers. Things are still not certain because the internet could blow up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So just stay hungry, stay hustling, man. You're well on your way, bro, and things are gonna keep coming together for you. And I want to say congratulations to you, man, because I didn't even know that that was your lifestyle prior to this call, and just hearing that, man, I'm just like, wow, I'm very proud of you, man. Very proud
Thanks,
of you,
man.
bro.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I know your wife. She's really, really loving it. So, kudos to everyone who's everyone who's got that fire, man, got that fire, that energy, that desire to make some of the same things happen that Troy is making happen.
I think, one thing, everybody talks about it, and I think a lot of people, they just brush it off, but it's just never say die. That's, you either commit to this and, you either die or you die trying. Like, you just either, you're in or you're out. And that's pretty much how I had to treat it in the end, because, I got to those points where it's like, even my wife was like, what are you doing? You've been doing this thing for a couple of years now, and you're not making any money. You're spending money, but you're not making nothing. So what are you doing? But I just knew that inside me, I had what it takes. And, everyone else that's listening right now, you guys have exactly what it takes to create your own economy. And, it's in there. You just got to reach down and grab it.
Absolutely. Yeah, completely, man. Troy, do you have any last thoughts or any last words? I know you just kind of left us with something really strong right there, something very empowering. But do you have any other last words and thoughts for our listeners?
My last thoughts would be, if anybody's, on the fence about working with you or getting into any sort of program that you have, Michael, I know that, we've gone over a lot of things and I gave you a ton of praise, but it's from the heart. It's genuine for me. You have changed my life, and that's the honest truth, and we've spoke about that before. But, if anybody is on the fence, just jump in. I can promise you one thing, you will not be disappointed with Michael. He provides more value than anybody online that I've worked with thus far, and I don't think there's going to be anybody to match you, to be honest. Wow. I think that's just the way it is, dude. But, you're a super cool dude, and I know that we're going to be working together in the future, and, I just hope everybody takes advantage of what you bring to the table.
Oh, of course, man. Thank you for the kind words, man. Thank you, man. I've got a loss for words on that one. Hearing that I changed your life, man. That's I don't take that lightly. I take that very serious, and that's why I take my business serious, because we're in the business of changing lives, and I'm honored, man, that I've been able to change your life. That's that to me, that's worth more than money. Like, I'll take that any day. Thank you, man. That's all I can say. That's a lot, bro. One of the things I want to ask you is, where can people find out more about you, man? They want to go see you, go to your site, maybe, take a look at what you have to offer, some of your products and services. Where can they go and find out more about you at?
Well, the best place to find me is obviously Facebook. Everybody's on there. So I think I have 2 profiles, but you'll find me. You'll see the one that's active, Troy Paull, Paull. And my website is troypaull.com. You can also find me there as well and contact me that way, but that's pretty much it.
Excellent, my brother. Excellent. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate it. I know your time is valuable. I know you got to get back to the wife soon. And yeah, man, thank you so much for your time, brother. Looking forward to you growing your business even more.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Hey, well, listen, thanks everybody for listening in. I hope you got a lot of value from this. And if you haven't started working with me just yet, listen, what are you waiting for? Just jump in, just get in, just get all the way in, because this is something that's going to change your life, just as it's done for Troy, even as it's done for me by changing lives. So looking forward to working with you, make you the next success story, and we'll talk to you very soon. Take care.